there you are. Welcome back.
Yep. And we
And
are
straight in a game.
headed on to Brock. And we've got from the side of Angry Apes an IS-7277 VZ55, Batchat 25T, and a CS63, along with a T100. FHS can be bringing double S Conk Batchat 25T CS63 times 2 and a T100.
Yeah, so FHS opting for the just durability of those super conks. They're a little bit less flexible, but they're just so hard to dig out. 2700 HP with as much DPM as they have. And I'm still not used to seeing a T100 with 1580 HP before a hardening. Like that, it's just because the tank's field mods give it an extra, what, 3% HP or something like that?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it is quite interesting.
We're going to be seeing Chase doing a middle scout run here, seeing if he is able to spot anything. He does spot the game's IS-7, but he's getting very aggressive up in here. Chase? I think it's going to end up being good for them here, as Permanent Delusional's kind of stuck out in the middle of the open. Chase is as well. Permanent Delusional down to 10 HP. Chase taking a lot of damage as well. They're going to be able to finish him off. He drops down to 268, but is he going to be able to make it out? That's the question. He is. It looks like he's going to be able to survive, but some damage now being traded here as they're going to be trying to find some shots toward Finesse and Fishy Gamer. They need to get some support here. Killbad is going to be on reload here. Are they going to be able to push the 0-2 off his position?
Yeah, and, you know, if they do push up and over to zero line, that Batchat should be able to get a clip in, but the problem would be 0-2 might be left out and to dry. But at the same time, Engraves did light all of the tanks from FHS.
And here they go. They're going to be pushing up and over. Yeah, here comes Paddington, 0-2, taking a couple shots of damage there, trying to run. Killbab was not actually in position to bleed it super well. Paddington coming up over the ridge here, dropping down to 1,001 damage. The Batchat is here to support him now. He's going to be dropping down next. Batchat calls the kill. Here they go. The CS is now coming up and over the Bs. Finesse taking a lot of damage, dropping down to 601 here after the ram. 0-2 trying to find an extra shot of damage here as he's looking elsewhere for that. Finds a shot there onto Fishy Gamer. Killbad and his Batchat going to be reloading now. A couple more shots going to pick him up, as now, as we're seeing a fight here break out in the middle. Here they go, up and over here. From the three heavy tanks, 1,727 HP left on Melee. They're not trading here super well. They need to try to find some damage here as fast as possible. The T100 is firing at them from Hill, but that's not the most effective gun. Melee here on 711 HP. Kabali likely on reload, trying to get off reload as soon as possible. They're going to need to destroy these buildings, find the cleanest shots possible. Melee dropping down to 201. He is able to be picked up by Kabali's. VZ55 is for Kabali, trying to kite away from damage. Owober playing this very well. He is getting a lot of damage here. As now Games IS-7 is able to be picked up, and No Mercy backing off here, but it's not looking like it's going to be enough as Angry Apes' offense got kind of close there, but it just really kind of fizzled out.
Yeah, and I mean, if one more shot landed on a Chase, if, you know, one or two more shots landed on that zero line push, we could be talking about a different game. But in fact, FHS just made it work. Chase surviving as a one-shot, and they're able to clean up No Mercy as the last tank and take the series 2-1 with a pretty convincing defensive push. A lot of times we see teams play passively on that defense, but they took the fight to Angry Apes, even though they got completely spotted out within the first 30 seconds. They still committed to that zero line dump, which I think is a very risky play, especially because it gave time for Angry Apes to set up. But didn't matter in the end as they were able to make it work.
Yeah, Killbad not actually able to connect his whole clip there. You know, I believe a couple of those missed shots were likely on the T100. It looks like he wasn't able to get his full clip off there. T100 getting a decent bit of damage out there as well. But Owober, as I mentioned, playing that middle fight so well, able to get off way more damage than you would ever imagine. As you know, they're trying to find that 3v2 overmatch, but they just weren't able to do it fast enough.
Yeah, and Paddington still got out 5 shells. I don't actually think he got all 5 shells off of that initial clip. I think he put a couple into the T100. Yeah, so honestly, I think he 100% should have waited just a good 5 or so seconds. Let the CSs go first. They'll take the brunt of the damage, and then you come over with the clip. You finish up the tanks. But either way, didn't matter in the end. Even though he got taken down, was only firing a good 3 or so of his shells. They were still able to clean up both the tanks on his zero line and take the match, or take the game, I should say.
Yeah.
So, going on to the next. Now, Angry Apes is on defense, which I would definitely say is the preferred side. So,
it's kind of difficult. You kind of need to have a game plan in mind when you are playing proc defense. You know, you've got these two very, you know, kind of interesting caps to cover, because the only position that you can technically cover both caps from is not
Kind of the
safe.
6 line,
Yeah,
which
it's not safe
yeah,
from either side of the map. So you need to make sure that, you know, you've got a good idea kind of what the offense is doing. You can read their comp well, realizing where your strengths and advantages are. Take as much map control as the one thing I always say about proc, you need to take as much map control as the other team's composition lets you do. And if, you know, you're able to do that, um, you know, you're gonna be able to, you know, make some plays.
yeah, for sure. And looks like they're going to be starting tank picking in a second. There is actually a timeout called by Angry Apes. So they have 1 minute to figure out what they're trying to figure out. Maybe they're trying to prepare their strat, you know, not having much time in between these battles. Um, Either way, they have showed some signs of life, which is
Mm-hmm.
honestly a great thing. Because if this team is able to be competitive within this league, that's just a better viewing experience.
Absolutely.
Because for several seasons, there's been like 2 teams, maybe 3 teams that run over the rest of the league. Then there's the middle pack that's competitive against the middle pack, but runs over the bottom 2 or 3 teams. And there's always like these major disparities of skill. But this season, so far, looks to be shaping up like there might be 6 teams even that are pretty competitive against each other. Of course, I'm saying that Jack is AFK has looked pretty terrifying so far.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
I mean, if Angry Apes is able to make a series against FHS competitive, that just means that this season is even better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you know, it. I have to give them props. They have not looked super. I think there's some micro plays that could be going along a bit better there. You know, kind of. I think most of this stuff is stuff that you're gonna learn over time. You know,
Yeah.
it's not. They haven't looked super doomed. I haven't seen a flippy B moment out of them yet. Not losing to
Yeah,
Artie, you
they're
know, pretty good.
like their player's skill hasn't seemed over the top or over the moon, but it seemed competent. I've seen much worse already out of the like one minor league game we've seen. So
What do you
it's
mean?
honestly, I have a little bit of faith in them now.
Yeah, and now we're gonna be seeing Angry Apes repping 2 IS7s S. What? An S-Conk, an E50M, an STRV
850M.
103B, and a T100LT. And from the
Wait,
side of
they're bringing one too?
an IS7, a double VZ55, a CS63, and an E50M, and a T100.
There has to have been like
A
a
truce.
a truce or something
Um,
because I for
what?
people that do not know much about the game, which I don't know how many of there are, E50M, it's kind of more of a meme tank.
Like,
It
it's
is
not
super
awful,
heavy.
but it's...
Yeah, it has some pretty decent armor. That upper plate, super strong. The turret, if you hit the flat part with any decent penetrating shell, it pins basically. Hitting anywhere else, it's probably a bounce. It's a very heavy tank and very fast, and people like to use it as a ramming machine for pubs. Kind of more as a meme rather than it's an actual
I
like
don't actually
effective
hate
strategy.
its use here, but the way they're bringing it...
I still don't exactly
I d-
know
I-
what the use is.
well, it's just gonna be sniping. They're setting up for a... You know, the thing is like, they're gonna be put in an awkward situation here, inevitably. They're not clearing out the 1-2. Okay.
Well,
It's not gonna
luckily
hurt them,
it's not
yeah.
gonna matter.
Yeah. But the T100 is now going to be doing that here. The E15 is going to be trailing him a little bit, it looks like, as now here is going to come the cap pressure. Killbad is inevitably going to start needing to move over to this B6 position in order to get
Is it
resets
the triple
on it.
cap? They're all circling his cap. Yes, it is going to be the triple cap. So waiting and getting all that pressure on at the same time. Angry Apes is so out of position for this triple cap. Like
Yeah.
this T100, you need to stop going one line. You got to get back here. He needs to
spot
spot under
that.
the rails.
Yeah, if you go right under the rails there and do a loop, you actually spot that for free. But it looks like Killbad's going to have to do this underneath the rails himself.
Over can just go up and over. They can just go up and over
ram
onto
him.
Killbad and shove him away.
Or he can just shoot the VZ. That's an idea too.
Here they go.
And he
Oh my! Oh, That's the game. I don't even know, man. I praised you guys, and you guys do that. Oh, man.
Remember when I said they should be clearing out the 1-2 line?
Yeah.
Yeah, they needed to do that faster. And that T100 needs to be getting back
Oh, man.
to spot underneath the rails.
That supercock exploded.
Yeah, he died
He
really
got lit on
fast.
fire, for one. He got hit 4 times, by the way,
Yeah.
by 490 alpha guns.
Yep.
And I don't know if you're a mathematician, but that's 1960 HP, I believe. And a superconk has an extra like 800. Did he get lit on fire like twice or something? How did they actually kill him in 4? I didn't see an Amarak.
I don't know. That was
Checking out the damage.
Did they high roll him?
They
One
had
VZ.
to.
No, someone else had to have shot him.
Well, no, he only took 4 hits.
It wasn't from the VZs. The VZs only did 1800.
Yeah, well, I think it's the i7, but the i7 has the same alpha. There's nothing that's higher than 490
Well,
alpha.
Oh.
Fishy rolled for 437. Melly got a kill with 839 damage with only 1 shot hit, so he definitely set him on fire.
Yep.
And Owober did 1080.
That is very
What
sad.
did he take damage from?
I'm trying to add up the damage here, and it's just not adding up.
Even
Just
if you count
team
in
damage, no
team
mercy.
damage,
393.
I didn't even think of that. That's why. That adds up now. No mercy. Put him out of his misery.
I would have liked to have been put out of my misery too if I was in that situation, because that was rough.
That he did 0 damage, fired 3 times, and did 400 team damage.
Very nice. Very nice. Very good. Yep.
Oh man,
Hate to see
that is
That's
peak
what you bring the E50 up for.
quality. Dude, I was watching that and I'm like, he exploded faster than I thought he would. I'm like, I saw 2 VZs, right? That's 2,000 damage. A fire more than likely is going to do about 400, maybe 500 damage, especially with a full automatic fire extinguisher
And
crew.
he died fast.
And he died fast.
He died. I like went into his onboard. I was like, oh, he may be able to get this. Oh God, like you know, like
Oh,
he
man.
died. That
And
was
the thing is, that was the only tank that could even get a reset, and
Yeah,
I
that was
guarantee
the,
none of those tanks were even lit.
yeah,
like,
that was the
that was horrible.
PaySafeCard focus fire moment of the game right there. That was he died. They
That was
focused fired
bad.
so well that both teams focused him down.
Man, that was.
Poof.
There wasn't even. I was like thinking about a listen in, but there just wasn't time. The second they got triple cap on, and I saw that T100 was still going down one line, and only a super conk was going to respond, I'm like, the game's over. Just straight up over. Like, the super conk can never get a reset if FHS is, thinking about it. Second that hits like 10 seconds left, and they're not spotting anything come through the mid, those tanks just push over and push them down. What's the super conk going to do against double VZs? It doesn't matter if they both die, you cap out.
Yeah. We should do a listen in with Angry Apes in this game. The game's on the line.
I believe so as well. Probably give them a little bit of time to set up and everything, and
Well,
then
I mean, we'll wait until after we go into the game and read lineups
Yeah.
off. But I think that
Of course.
this is your do or die. You're on your Murrow defense.
And after a game like that, what's going through their heads? Are they tilted at all? There's definitely could be some tension after a game like that where you're just completely caught out of position. Just everybody dies. You did a team shot of damage. Just everything went wrong. Otherwise, it could even be the opposite where it goes the other way. It's like, man, that was so comically bad. You just have to sit back and laugh at your own mistakes.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that one was. You hate to see it, man. You